Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the March 18th edition of Carolina Week.
I'm Jason Kahn. I'll explain how the budget plans will affect the North Carolina education system.
We'll explain why some Carborough residents are upset about construction in their neighborhood.
In sports, it's tourney time. Can the Heels win the national title?
Weathercaster Dan McKinney will tell us if the sunshine will stick with us through the weekend.
All that and a little taste of Ireland.
Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
The governor's proposed budget is out and the universities are taking a hit. I'm Elizabeth Edmonds.
And I'm Carly Swain. Jason Kahn is live in the studio with the latest. And Jason, I guess the silver lining is that the numbers could have been worse.
Well, Carly, you're right. There was concern that the university system might have to take a 9 to 10% cut. But it's not that bad. The numbers do mean there will be some changes on campus for at least the next year.
The challenges we face in North Carolina are unprecedented in modern times.
Governor Beverly Perdue is trying to deliver the best budget for the state, considering the deficit could reach more than $3 billion statewide. The UNC system will take budget reductions of 5.5%. However, State Budget Director Charlie Perouse says each campus will decide where to make many of those cuts.
One size doesn't necessarily fit all for each of the campuses, so we allow them the flexibility to handle it as they deem appropriate.
Perouse says the governor is giving UNC a fair deal.
When you look at what we're proposing in the governor's budget in 09-10 versus 08-09, the universities across the board are net positive.
The budget shows, despite the reductions, the universities will have about a 4% net gain for the following reasons. Need-based financial aid will be fully funded system-wide, gaining about $23.5 million, and Purdue is backing enrollment growth. But the universities could lose 200 workers system-wide. Many people have mixed feelings about the potential cuts.
We certainly hope that the General Assembly and the agency heads themselves say how they would make those across-the-board reductions if they need to, so we can have a meaningful discussion about if cutting those investments is really what's in the best interest of North Carolina.
Although some will oppose the budget, Perdue says she did what was necessary.
I'm going to do more than my part. I'm not going to be the feisty, sassy person y'all know me to be initially. But then when the going gets tough, I can get really tough too.
So, Carly, university leaders had planned for a cut of up to 7%, so 5.5% isn't as bad as it could be.
But Jason, System President Erskine Bowles does have one big issue to work through, right?
You're right. He wants complete control of how to manage the cuts under the governor's proposal. The UNC system would control only half of the cuts. Now, remember, Carly, it's still very early in the process. As Perouse says, it's just the first inning of a 9-inning ball game.
Sounds like it. Jason Kahn starting us off tonight. Thanks, Jason.
Graduation is less than 2 months away, and today students got some answers to ease their nerves about the big day. The student commencement information session took place in the Great Hall of the Student Union. Students could purchase their caps and gowns, get pictures taken with their outfits, and decide how to show off their diplomas in frames like these. Graduate school information was also popular, no surprise in this economic climate, and there were some tasty treats that you could savor if you needed to.
The job forecast for graduating seniors is grim because of the economy. The National Association for Colleges and Employers reports that 22% of companies surveyed won't be hiring this spring. Nearly all sectors have seen a decline in job prospects, except for the government. Many seniors could find themselves working for a minimum wage to pay off student loans and skipping graduate school to avoid further debt. Even students who've managed to secure jobs aren't safe because many employers might have to cancel those job offers.
We're used to seeing construction on campus, but the university is starting a new project off campus. Carolina Commons is a planned housing community specifically for UNC faculty. University officials are hoping that the below market prices will provide an attractive and affordable housing option for faculty members. Carolina Commons will be on 63 acres of university-owned land. It will include 166 home units, 149 of those specifically for faculty. The community will feature single-family homes, condominiums, and townhomes.
There's a less visible victim of the economy on campus. More than half of Wilson Library is off limits because of the lack of fire exits, some sprinkler systems, and even stairwells. It will cost close to $47 million for UNC to renovate. But even with the recent budget cuts, Associate Vice Chancellor for Facilities Planning and Construction, Bruce Runberg, says Wilson Library is near the top of the list for repairs.
So it is a very high priority. And when we get some money, it's going to go very quickly.
Many of the state's oldest records, books, and artifacts are inaccessible. For now, a fire watchman will continually check areas without fire alarms and sprinklers.
Some Orange County residents are afraid their neighborhood is disappearing. Reporter Carla Webb is in the newsroom. Carla, is this just people longing for the good old days?
Some of our neighbors told me it's more than that, Elizabeth. Residents in Carbo say it's getting hard to remember what their homes were like before cranes took over the neighborhood.
So I'm not going to let it happen as long as it's on my watch. I'm not.
That's community activist Dolores Hogan Clark. She and other Chapel Hill Northside citizens met at St. Joseph CME Church to discuss their anger toward new developers. They fear they'll lose their homes to high-rise buildings. Citizens of the once predominantly African-American community say property taxes are too high and history will be lost as they're forced to move out.
It means more to invest in people than to invest in buildings.
This is my home, but I am not wanted here.
Violence is the word activists use to describe the displacement of lower-class citizens and small businesses by affluent individuals. Greenbridge Developments is the newest builder on the block.
Greenbridge Condos now stands where a black-owned supper club and grocery store used to thrive. Citizens say they can't understand why this area wasn't declared historic.
Greenbridge partner and former Northside resident Tom Tucker says the buildings are great for the town.
It's jobs that have been brought to the area.
He says Greenbridge is trying to build relationships with locals.
On Sundays, we'll have about 100 parking spaces that'll be available for church members to use.
Residents say Greenbridge is the worst neighbor yet, selling homes that range in price from $300,000 to more than $1 million. Citizens say the organization didn't come through with promises of affordable homes or financial literacy classes. Clark wants Greenbridge to memorialize Northside history.
If I help Greenbridge understand the social equity piece that they promised, talking to the community, walking up and down the streets again, that's progress.
She and others say they'll continue having neighborhood watch meetings to fight for their land.
Carla, how big is the Greenbridge project?
Elizabeth, it's about 98 units and takes up 2 blocks in Carbo. The projects are already in full swing.
Carla Webb reporting from the newsroom. Thanks, Carla. If you know a student who's complaining about an aching back, that person isn't alone.
We'll have some tips about managing lower back pain coming up.
You know, washing your clothes in cold water instead of hot uses 90% less energy.
I know.
Anyone else?
My name is David, and in 8 years, I'll be an alcoholic.
Hi, David.
I'll start drinking in middle school, just at parties. But my parents won't start talking to me about it till high school. And by then, I'll already be in some trouble.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults.
The thing is, my parents won't even see it coming.
So start talking.
Who's next?
Before they start drinking.
Well, it's back to school after spring break, and if you're stressed and your back is starting to hurt, there are options to reduce your pain without surgery. Health reporter Nivi Ravi has more.
For UNC graduate student Elizabeth Mosley,
The severe low back pain started a year ago.
It was, nothing I had experienced before. I had done gymnastics my entire life and had never had a back injury of any sort. And so it worried me that, like someone at my age, I'm 22, was having back pain.
Mosley's chiropractor told her the pain came from high stress.
I was having trouble concentrating in school. I didn't sleep well at night.
Mosley isn't alone. The proportion of North Carolinians suffering from chronic low back pain across all ages has more than doubled since the early 1990s, according to a new study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine. Dr. Tim Carey co-authored the study.
The costs of back pain in the United States are over $100 billion a year, and that's bank bailout level dollars. This is real money we're talking about.
Carey says physicians underprescribe exercise as a treatment for low back pain.
Here we have a treatment which is moderately effective, doesn't cost anything, and doesn't have any side effects.
Certified personal trainer Sean McCabe says regular stretching can prevent serious back problems, though it takes more than just 1 or 2 sessions to feel better.
And you're talking more like weeks, 3 weeks to see a significant difference, and months to be able to be, typically pain-free depending upon your degree of, injury.
For Mosley, the exercise has paid off.
Not only do I feel physically better, but I can tell that my mind is more clear. I don't feel as overwhelmed by stress.
Mosley has been able to decrease her stress level without breaking the bank in the process. In Chapel Hill, Nivi Ravi, Carolina Week.
Even walking briskly for 30 minutes a day helps strengthen your back muscles and reduce pain.
UNC researchers say a series of warm-up exercises reduces the risk of knee injuries in young athletes. The researchers designed 10-minute warm-ups that allow young soccer players to better control their muscles. They videotaped the players jumping and landing before and after 9 months of regular warm-ups and saw improvements in foot and knee positioning. The warm-ups could also reduce knee injuries by as much as 80%, particularly in older teens and females.
A UNC study suggests that some people might be doing more harm than good when taking vitamins. Researchers found dietary supplements containing beta-carotene, retinol, and lutein can increase the risk of lung cancer, especially among smokers. These nutrients are found in multivitamins and individual supplements sold in any store. The study found that smokers taking these nutrients during an extended period of time can increase their risk of lung cancer by as much as 100%. For many UNC students, when Hurricane Katrina hit nearly 4 years ago, it was just a news story. But one group of students wanted to experience the recovery firsthand. Hadley Heath reports about a spring break that wasn't sun, sand, and surf.
Hot, muggy New Orleans. 80 UNC students trading a week at the beach for a week of hard work. Lisa Martin was a junior in high school when Katrina hit. Now she's a UNC sophomore.
We really want to be able to give back, and I think that, what if we were in this situation? We would want other people to come to our community and help us with this.
UNC students from Cornerstone Ministries and Campus Y worked in the upper 9th Ward of New Orleans to clean up residential areas and parks that have been ignored since the storm. Senior Jennifer Threet says she's happy to be part of the cleanup process.
These children can come to this park and say, okay, the other day it had trash everywhere, there were weeds everywhere, and somebody cared enough to drive 13 and a half hours to help us.
And beautification efforts like these are one way that our team hopes to show the people of New Orleans that we still care.
It's not just about the people of New Orleans, though. Freshman Jordan Hill says he hopes the students on the trip will take home the desire to serve others.
Hopefully that will encourage people to go back to Chapel Hill and not just make this a one-time deal, but maybe look out for other opportunities that they can serve their community back home.
You can try to get lots of possessions and things, and it all ends up just turning into this a lot of times. And so I think that it shows how important people are, how important loving people is, and family, and all those kind of values.
Values that these students believe are more important than any trip to the beach. In New Orleans, I'm Hadley Heath, Carolina Week.
Leaders from Campus Y and Cornerstone are looking into ways to make a New Orleans spring break trip happen again next year. Well, Carly, now that we're back from spring break, I wonder if we're going to finally get some warm weather to make us at least a little happy to be back in school.
Yeah, I think we might need that incentive, and weathercaster Dan McKimmey is here to let us know if we're going to get it.
Yeah, today was a really nice day. It started out a little bit chilly, but temperatures warmed up to be very nice and turned out to be a great day. But just how much longer will the sunny weather and t-shirt weather last? I'll let you know coming up right after the break.
Hello. Yes. Can I ask a few questions about the apartment on Park Street?
What was your name?
My name is Juan Hernandez.
It's been rented.
Oh, it's gone. Hello, my name is Sanjay Kumar. I am calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It's not available.
Not available? Hello, my name is Tyrone Washington. I'm calling about the apartment on Park Street.
Just been rented.
Hello, I am Chen Ling. My name is Khalid bin Ali. I'm Tuan Vo. Hello, my name is Moshe Goldberg. I use a wheelchair. It's gone. Not available. All right. Thank you. Yes, hello, my name is Graham Wellington. I'm calling about the apartment for rent on Park Street. Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Really?
Housing discrimination is illegal. If you think you've been a victim because of your race, color, national origin, sex, religion, disability, or family status, call us. Fair housing. It's not an option. It's the law.
Welcome back to Carolina Week. I'm student forecaster Dan McKimmey with your weather plans for the week ahead. Well, we had some sunny skies today despite a rainy weekend, and it's going to be continuing to be nice for at least the next day or so, but we're going to see the rain return. And with the rain, we're also going to see some cooler temperatures return, but it won't last forever. We'll begin to warm up very shortly. In the meantime, though, if we take a look at the southeast radar, we can see there's some clouds around the area, mainly some fog this morning and a few high clouds, but it's since then burned off. And if we take a wider look out, we can see that most of the southeast is very dry. There's a few clouds around, but most of the action is off towards our north, off towards the Midwest, and we can see there's some rain showers and some showers across from Nebraska to Iowa. And if we take a look at the surface map, we can see that there's a cold front that's in association with these showers, and that's going to be coming towards us over the next couple of days. In the meantime, though, we have this big area of high pressure sitting right over us, and it's giving us very, very nice weather outside. Of course, as we go through Thursday, we'll see the high move offshore, and that's going to actually bring the winds around in a clockwise fashion, and that's going to bring some warm air off the Gulf right into our direction, which means temperatures are going to be even warmer tomorrow than they were today. Of course, the cold front will be right on our doorsteps tomorrow as well, and as we go into Friday morning, we'll see the cold front pass through the area. I do think we'll see some showers Thursday night. Friday morning, we could see a couple of sprinkles, but I think most of the rain should be well out of the area, and we should remain relatively dry on Friday, and we'll probably even see the sunshine as well. Now, if you're going to be going to the UNC and Radford game this Thursday, should be great weather. We're calling for mostly sunny skies and t-shirt weather. If you're going to be going tailgating, temperatures could be a little chilly, 63. May want to bring a light jacket, but by the time the tip-off begins, it's going to be close to 70, so you won't be needing that jacket for very long. And then for your victory party, we're calling for temperatures around 71 degrees. If you're going to perhaps be going to the mountains this weekend or the Piedmont, it's going to be great. Temperatures in the 50s across most areas, mostly sunny skies again. And Boone, cool spot around 50 degrees, but still nice weather for mountain hiking. If perhaps instead you're going to go east and go towards the beaches, we're calling for temperatures to be similar, closer to 60 towards the South Carolina beaches. But again, temperatures will be very nice. We're calling for mostly sunny skies and a light wind around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now, if you're going to be around the region tonight, temperatures will be somewhat chilly, around 46 degrees. These clouds, we'll call for partly clouded skies tonight. That'll help keep temperatures a little bit warmer than what they could be. And as we go through tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures go up to 72, partly sunny skies or partly cloudy. And as we go through the day, we should see the clouds begin to build up as the front approaches us. Your 4-day forecast shows that Thursday is going to be the nicest day of the week as temperatures will approach nearly 72 degrees. But rain overnight on Thursday could put a damper on some of your plans, so you want to carry a light rain jacket with you just in case it rains. And then on Friday, we go up to 56 degrees, and that is the first day of spring. So while it may not feel very spring-like, we do have the weekend to look forward to, which is going to be close to normal. So you may just want to postpone your plans until the weekend if you have
All I
any.
know is I can take that big winter coat and put it in the closet.
Exactly.
That's all I care
Sounds
about.
good. Thank you, Dan.
No problem.
An old cliffhanger is making a name for himself in Hollywood.
You were always
Anoop Desai bounced back on Tuesday night's American Idol. His rendition of Beat It underwhelmed the judges last week, but last night, Idol's notoriously blunt judge Simon Cowell said Desai went from zero to hero. The panel is behind him, but how about his hometown of Chapel Hill?
Well, I thought he did a great job last night.
We feel really excited to know that Carolina pride is being represented on a nationwide level.
He is so cute.
The results show is tonight, and just like our basketball teams in the NCAAs, Anoop hopes to survive and advance.
Definitely, and now Kate Howard joins us for sports. Now, Kate, Anoop is climbing up his bracket, but what about our basketball team?
Well, hopefully we'll have a lot of successful Heels in the postseason. Coming up in sports, the men's basketball team has made the trip to Greensboro, step one in the quest for the NCAA title.
Want to start a business? Have concerns about state regulations? Need information fast? Don't fret, the North Carolina Business Service Center is here for you. When you've got questions about business, we've got the answers that mean business. Pick up the phone and dial the Business Service Center. Call 1-800-228-8443.
Is bad air quality ruining your day? Check the Outdoor Air Quality Index before leaving home to avoid the aggravations of smog. For more information about asthma and air quality, check online or call your local health department.
Light switches. I'm big enough to brush my teeth by myself. I'm the tallest kid in my class. I haven't worn diapers in years. I'm much less likely to vomit at random now. My cups don't have lids anymore. Mine either. I'm getting pretty big. But to help me survive a car crash, I still need you to give me a boost.
Until they're 4'9", use a booster seat in the car and don't let them down.
Roy's boys left for Greensboro in the first round of the NCAA tournament earlier today. Fans lined up early to see the Heels one last time before they attempt to reach a record 18th Final Four. Volunteers passed out balloons and bandanas to help fans send the team out in style. Players looked focused while giving fans waves and high fives, and this will be the last chance for the core of the team to bring home a national title. 3 of them will graduate in May. Once again, Carolina's men's basketball team goes to the NCAA tournament as a #1 seed. Sarah Moore gives us a look at what students it will take for the Heels to capture a national title.
With the men's basketball team's first round game just a day away, one question is on the minds of Carolina fans across the country. What one thing does the team need to do to go all the way? Many students feel it's all about Ty Lawson.
Get Ty Lawson's toe back.
If Ty's not healthy, we're not getting to the Elite Eight. We cannot win or push the ball with Frazier and Drew.
The consensus seems to be that the #1 priority should be to get this year's ACC Player of the Year healthy again. But what else will it take?
Not play Danny Green.
Although Danny Green always dazzles the fans with his dancing, he hasn't been able to make threes like he used to. Green is going to have to start sinking some shots, and he's not the only one.
Hansbrough needs to start doing more stuff in the paint. He needs to start acting like he did, last year's tournament, and get some more things done inside. And if Ellington can hit some threes and get on fire on the outside, that'd be good too.
So that covers the offense, but what about UNC's defense?
Probably strengthen its defense just a little bit. I think that we're kind of pretty good though.
But in the NCAA tournament, kind of really pretty good isn't always good enough. In Chapel Hill, I'm Sarah Moore, Carolina Week Sports.
President Barack Obama is among the millions of Americans filling out tournament brackets. And no matter what you think about him politically, you'd have to admit he's pretty astute when it comes to picking his favorite win in the national championship.
Going with the Tar Heels. Okay. Now, can you get this in here?
The Lady Tar Heels basketball team is headed to the tournament after a less than stellar performance against South Dakota. Their defense is going to have to work harder than this in the tournament. Satara DeGraffenried led the charge in the Heels' final regular season game, and they'll expect her to step up again come tournament time. Italy Lucas will need to attack the basket like this, and if Jessica Breland will show off her post moves, the Heels could make a run in the big dance. With the NFL draft only a month away, several UNC players got to showcase their skills at UNC's Pro Timing Day on Tuesday. About 50 to 60 NFL scouts, coaches, and personnel were there on hand, most of whom were there to see projected first-round pick Hakeem Nicks. While Nicks chose not to run the 40-yard dash on Tuesday, having already done so at the Combine in February, he impressed the scouts with his hands. In fact, it was another receiver that stole the show as Brooks Foster ran the 40 in 4.39 seconds, posted a 37-inch vertical leap, all while showing off good hands as a pass receiver. Coach Butch Davis says this day might be the most important, though, for wide receiver Brandon Tate.
I'm not too sure that he probably still won't be a first-day selection. I mean, he's got a great body of work that he's accomplished. He's a terrific kick returner, which I think is enticing to a lot of these teams.
Just keep praying, put faith in the Lord. So he told me if I keep doing what I'm doing, he promised me that I'll be playing football again. So like I said, I'm doing everything that they want me to do.
The Diamond Heels are in action today at the Bosch against Princeton. Carolina drubbed the Tigers 17-0 on Tuesday. And the beatdown continued as Princeton couldn't get much going offensively. The Heels went on to win 6-1. And since we did win, we are now 16-2 on the season. So good job, Heels.
Not too shabby for just the beginning of the season.
That's right. They're doing great. And softball also won 4-0. So hopefully we'll have some successful Heels.
Wonderful. Sounds great. Thanks, Kate. Well, St. Patrick's Day is a holiday for fun and beer.
But there's much more to it in the Emerald Isle.
The bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, and what do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? What do you think he saw? The bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, the bear climbed over the mountain, and what do you think he saw?
If you have a story idea, contact Carolina Week at 843-8292. You can also visit us online at carolinaweek.org. If you have questions about this program, write Carolina Week at Campus Box 3365, UNCCH, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 27599.
We are all familiar with the American St. Patrick's Day traditions.
Yeah, but Chris Batter shows us there's more to this Irish holiday than simply drinking green beer.
The actual story of St. Patrick goes something like this.
He was taken actually as a slave by the Irish, and he became a shepherd. They put him up to guard the sheep, and he became a priest, and he came back to teach Christianity in Ireland.
But your average person yesterday might have had their own reasons for celebrating. For some, it's about alcohol and wearing a specific color.
It's a day when I honor all the saints of Ireland by drinking and wearing green.
And you?
Chance to drink some Guinness and wear my favorite tights, green.
For some, it's family ties.
It wasn't always a drinking holiday to me. It was about family. It was about a lot more than just drinking.
And for some, it's religion.
We'll celebrate to start this day off by going to Mass this morning.
But the holiday has changed with younger generations.
Listen, in Ireland, nobody celebrates St. Patrick's Day. No one really cares about it. But in America, it's a big deal. I don't go to Mass. I don't go to Mass anymore. In Ireland, the older generation still go to Mass and celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
History gave them a new set of heroes. But the sobering thought is how the holiday brings us all together.
I think if you're Irish, if you like Ireland, if you want to be Irish, if you want to drink, if you want to get drunk, then you wear green. You want to have a good time. That's what it means to me.
In Raleigh, I'm Chris Batters, Carolina Week.
Now, it's kind of interesting to hear that it's really not such a big holiday in Ireland, but we make a pretty big deal out of it, clearly, in the States.
Definitely. I was there last night with Chris helping him out, and people were going crazy. And he's like, we call them plastic patties in Ireland. That's what he called them.
Plastic patties is the beer?
No, the Americans.
Oh, interesting.
Definitely. Well, that does it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Thank you so much for watching. Good night.